Fine.
Give us the feeling right now. You got a deal. You didn't get the deal, but I mean, it's still better than nothing. I gotta imagine. So, what's the feeling like?
To be honest, actually, this deal is a great opportunity, a development contract. No lie, I've been training for about 3 years, and to be honest, I feel like I need some more work. And if I need work, then I'm gonna get it done. So it feels amazing, actually.
Imagine. I mean, what was your thought coming in? Because the record you put together is impressive. But like I said, you've been a pro for a year. I mean, was there any part of you that thought, what the hell am I even doing here, you know?
Nah, I mean, if you think about it and really put fights together, there's some amateurs out there that are just vicious more than pros. So all it really is pay and elimination of a couple moves. So I feel like we're all one in the family. So it really didn't make a difference to me.
Yeah. It was a gut check for you in there tonight, right? I mean, you had to survive some trouble. So give me an idea kind of what was going through your head as the fight was playing out.
So, we'll just say at least in Thornton. So my coach, he has his 1,000 kick drill. So instead I'll have some of the fighters just kick my body out of random. Like I'll just stand there, hands up, kick, kick, kick. So as he's punching my body, I swear I felt nothing. So I'm like, hey, maybe if I burn him out some more and he thinks he's doing something, then I can seize my opportunity and then throw my knee, which I did. I threw that jumping knee. I believe I threw it twice. I got the reaction I was looking for, and one thing led to the next.
So you're consciously thinking, I'm just gonna let this dude punch me.
To be honest, that's how I am, man. Like people believe, oh, when you're in there, you don't have time to think. I'll talk to my corner. I'll have a whole conversation with them while I'm fighting. That's just, everyone's different, so.
Was there any point that you were concerned that you weren't going to have a moment? Because I mean, he was kind of dominating some of the action. Did you feel like?
So the first round, my first round is a feel-out round, and to obtain a contract, you need a wild Dana. I've seen guys come in and clean map twice, 1, 2 times in a row, and then they don't get a contract because he didn't see enough. So in the first round, of course, there was some back and forth, but he got the best of me with the takedowns and then me adjusting. The second round, I figured something was wrong because it started strong. He started getting weak, and the reaction that I was trying to get from him wasn't really drawn out. So at that point, I was like, all right. So as he's getting tired, I'm picking up because that's how I do. I start normal, I'm just chilling, and then I start to pick up and go harder and harder. So I believe after the jumping knee is when the whole game changed, and then it was like from there I stole the second round, and then the third round I finished him.
Nice. And I guess last thing for me, I mean, the UFC is going to have a lot of say in kind of what happens next and helping guide your career during this developmental deal. But how do you see it playing out? I mean, if you could lay out the scenario and the path right now, how does this work to get you from here to the UFC?
So, to be honest, this opportunity, this contract, as long as I get fights, because I was having trouble back home fighting guys, because I was fighting the top guys. I wanted to be that person to put a loss on people's undefeated records. I may have fought in a short amount of time, but I fought some pretty decent people. If you check the rap sheet on these people, these are guys who are 5-0, 11-1, the whole nine. So I'm sitting here jumping in there with these guys with the experience I had and beating them. So I felt I'm where I need to be, but other people see it differently, and then there's no argument. I can't say what's what and what's not. I'm the guy who's doing the work. I'm not the guy on the outside.
I don't know if you know this, but yesterday was the first time UFC has done face-offs for Contender Series, and y'all's was super intense. Tell me what you saw in his eyes at that moment.
So, no lie, and I don't sugarcoat nothing. His corners, well, at least one of them, were just talking. Maybe they were just bigging him up, whatever, but just the fact that some of his family members got on my Facebook page and was running their mouths, so that all led to something to me. Like, y'all don't know me, but I understand you're trying to big him up, but don't come to my page talking junk under my pictures. So when the walk-in came, he came with his hands in front and mine in the back, and he locked eyes. He's like trying to walk through that. I'm like staring at him, I'm like, yo, I have no fear. I fear no man. And then when we broke apart, he kept locking his eyes with me, so I wasn't about to break my eye lock with him, so it was just that moment. I felt it. I was supposed to fight in March. I've been training to fight on another card, but then we got the call about Contender Series, so I haven't fought since January, and I love fighting. If you check 2017, I fought, I believe, 8 times in that year alone. I just like fighting. I love it. So he just got the ass end of everything that I've been training for.
Yeah, Brock Weaver was just here talking to us about, stealing your opponent's energy and momentum. I saw you in the parking lot right after that stare down, and you were circling around and you were very hyped. So would you say that the fact that he tried to intimidate you pumped you up a little?
The intimidation factor doesn't work on me because if anyone knows, I come from a Caribbean background and they don't play that game. So that intimidation factor is something your grandmother will destroy in front of you like instantly. So when he tried it, when I went out in the parking lot and I was pacing, is because I was ready to fight then. I was like, let's do this now. I don't want to wait till tomorrow. Let's do this now. It just got the best of me. So I was like, yo, I'm ready to fight. Like, this is it. I hope this guy's intensity that he's showing me now is exactly what I need for tomorrow's fight. So.
I thought you looked happy, but is that good for your energy management to let it get to you like that?
That smile is a devious smile, to be honest. Like, it's that cycle smile. It's like when you figure something out, like, yeah, I'm about to get this dude, you don't even know it. So I was out there like, oh, I'm ready right now. I was just in the moment. It just consumed me, so I had to calm down a little bit.
So the first light heavyweight fight tonight wasn't that great. I'm sure you weren't watching it because you're, getting in the mindset, getting ready to come out here and fight in the main event.
I did watch it.
Did you? Okay. Possible future opponent there.
I did, yeah. I watched that because I've seen one of the fighters, actually, he's returned. So I was really just sitting there watching the two of them. And I'm like, well, these guys are in my weight class, so let's see what they have to offer. And then after that first round, that conditioning aspect, so 185, 205 heavyweights, a big percentage of them, they get tired pretty quick. So it's like an advantage to me because I train conditioning. I train a weakness every day. So I train my weakness, which is conditioning. I'm a big person. I take a lot of energy to be able to give an output that's higher than usual. So when I seen them get tired, I was like, oh, I already know how this is gonna withstand. They're just like not hugging, but clinched up, not really striking, not really trying to take advantage of the moment. So I was like, all right, this is like a basic light heavyweight fight to me.
Yeah, and so what I was getting at is that at first it didn't seem like he was interested in being at range with you at all. And so whenever he was in control, there wasn't a lot of action. And so it's kind of like, and I'll be honest, I was kind of with Dana. I was like, this guy's carrying a lot of muscle. I don't know if he's going to be able to weather the storm. But every time you got in a dominant position, your killer instinct came on and your urgency was a few notches above his. You think that was the difference maker in getting the deal?
Yeah, so a lot of people, when they see me, they don't understand I'm an analyst. So when I'm fighting you, every movement, from every motion, every attack that you do, I'll sit there and absorb it. I'll analyze it and figure out ways and like literally break you down as we're fighting. So with him, it's like I was told or I've seen maybe one of his fights or a highlight. He likes to strike you and then grab you. I never really seen him stand toe-to-toe with anyone and scrap. So I'm like, we can stand toe-to-toe and scrap, but at the end of the day, I want to see where his grapple game is. I like to challenge myself, so I went in, we grappled, but I felt every time I went to engage in something big, his body, the momentum would shift. I felt like he was setting me up for something, so I just kept it basic and let him burn himself out and then took advantage of those moments.
I noticed that you were very stoic in there. You were slow and steady at times, and you would take your time, especially in the ground and pound. It was a work of art. Like you were really picking your shots, but when you did, you made them count.
Yeah.
So is that what you're saying? Your approach is always just to be slow and steady, cautious,
so
kind of.
When it comes to me, my coach, as much as he tells me listen to him in the corner, the biggest thing he tells me, fight your fight. So when I fight my fight, and then I'm able to listen to him is a bonus. So as I'm sitting there, I'm so comfortable. He can bring me to the ground. He was throwing punches. I knew the punches were coming because how the balance of the weight on my back would come down. So when he threw, I just knew just enough to tuck in so he would come across and miss. Or he'll like hit me or nip me, and then I'll be all right, take him over, get dominant position, work him, have a little scrap, we'll burn him out. The whole objective for me was to burn him out. He's never been out of the first round, supposedly, and after I've been out of the first round before. So in MMA, you may see my record, but I fought many Muay Thai fights. So those Muay Thai fights have pushed me. That's striking, push, and I'm able to withstand those rounds. So to push him and push his cardio, his pace, that knee, the whole momentum of the fight just changed, and that's when I just be like, it's time to finish this. My corner was yelling, and everybody was saying, yo, finish short time, and then I just chose and picked the shots because the ref was like, watch the back of the head. But the guy was scrambling, so I'm like, wait. And when he looked and made eye contact with me, then I would strike down, because at the end of the day, I didn't want to lose that position.
And you knew you broke him right then. And went for
The elbow broke him. It was the elbow. The knee started the pace, and then the elbow, because I stood tall and just dropped the elbow, and when he was looking at me, the blood in his eye. And he was just like swinging. I'm like, all right, this is it. He started to scramble on little shots. When I was hitting him little, he was scrambling, so I just started picking it up, like, let me bring him up higher and higher and just drop him. I was told a few good shots would end the fight. I was a little more than a few.